Shade Tree Gunsmithing, Bill Nichols. Glad to have y'all come back in tonight and visit with us a little bit. Got a little something a little different though tonight, but anyway, first off, I want to give recognition to our sponsor, Hamblen Gun and Tactical. You know, they've been real good with us, helped us with these videos and everything else. But I got a treat for you tonight because the owner of Shade Tree, or excuse me, there you go, Brandon of Hamblen Gun and Tactical is here, and he is going to showcase this full auto 300 Blackout and explain it to you, and you know what the conversion is and everything else. And then after this video, we'll go to the range, and then he can demonstrate on how it works, and you get to see it work. And you know, like we told you before, if you want something like this right here, get in touch with him, because now I'm telling you, you know, he'll let you know everything you've got to do with the ATF and all that, and he can order you one and have, you know, you can have an outfit just like this. So I mean, you know, it's got the can on it. You know, I ain't gonna take it. I'll let him take it off. But anyway, now he put this strap up here, put zip ties on it because it was hanging down and everything else. And but you know, he may have to take that loose to show you the selector switch and all that stuff. You guys that was in the military, you know what I'm talking about when we come talking about selector switches. So anyway, we appreciate him. If you need any scopes, anything, I'm telling you, it don't matter what it is in the firearm category, suppressors, scopes, weapons, vest, anything that you can think of that you might, check him out. Give him a call. His phone number will be at the end of this, probably at the front of it too, I don't know. But anyway, give him a call, because we definitely appreciate having him as a sponsor. I mean, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be back on the air, because we just couldn't find anybody that you know, would do the videos. And you know, I've known the man for a pretty good while, and he come to me, you know, and so you know, that was a blessing in disguise, you know. And I do believe in blessings, you know. I like to have a good time and everything else, but I do believe in the Almighty. So I mean, you know, doesn't matter what we showcase on here, you know, yeah, a weapon is used for killing. That's what they were designed for killing something. But you know what? God don't want nobody to be a stepping stone. He don't want nobody to just be abused and run over and everything else. So I mean, you know, that's why we have people, you know, like Brent and myself at work on them and stuff like that, to make sure, you know, we're saving lives is what we're doing. You know, because if people think you've got a firearm, they won't do nothing. But if they think you don't, you've had it. And all you gun activists out there that are against firearms, you know, whatever you get, I figure you deserve. You know, maybe I'm wrong for saying that, but you know, the guns don't kill people. People kill people, and they're gonna do it no matter what. So I mean, this just helps us to protect ourselves. You know, so without any further ado or anything else like that, and you know me, man, I can talk all night long. You know, I'm like a clatterball and a goose's hind end. It just keep rattling on. You know, gotta have a good time, ain't no doubt. All right, we're gonna have Brent come up here, and we're gonna kind of just slide out of here. And let me introduce him to you, though, or I'll let him introduce himself, you know, and what he does and everything else. So here you go, have at it.
Hey folks, I'm Brent with Hamblen Gun and Tactical, and like Bill was saying, we're sponsoring his videos now, and I'm a Class 3 dealer. So what that means is, being Class 3, you can have machine guns, short-barreled rifles, short-barreled shotguns, and even these suppressors. That makes you a dealer in those, and that's what I am. And so I deal in silencers, short-barreled rifles, machine guns, and short-barreled shotguns. So this is a post-sample of a 5.56 machine gun. Now, a lot of people don't know, in May of '87, it became illegal for any new machine guns to be made or imported into the country. So the only thing that we have today that's transferable is what was in the country prior to May of '87. So that's called post-ban. That's called pre-ban. It was before the ban of '87. Post-ban is known as a post-sample, which is what this is. This is made after May of '87, but that's fine because our military, our law enforcement, and our dealers, our Class 3 dealers, can have weapons that are made after May of '87. Now, you can own a machine gun too. If you can own a .22, you can own a machine gun. A lot of people don't realize that. They're legal to own. The problem is they're quite expensive. You can buy a really nice car, no joke. You can buy a really nice car for what a machine gun costs. So not a lot of people have them because, again, there's only about 175,000 of them that's in the country, and that's the number. That number will never grow. It'll only decrease. But anyway, this is a 300 Blackout. I'm going to go ahead and cut these ties because, like Bill was saying, I have this on here, but I don't need it most of the time. So what I do is I zip tie these up. That way it stays out of the way. But this is just a simple shoulder sling. Now you can see just by handling how this could be in the way, unless you need it. But when you need it, it's very handy because guess what? You now have both your hands to play with. So when you're ready to fire, you just bring it up and you're ready to go, just like that. Okay. Now, what we use to aim with, this is a Sig Sauer Romeo 5 with Shake Awake. And now, if you don't know what Shake Awake is, it's amazing because it keeps your battery from going dead. Because after this is not active for, I think, 5 minutes, it turns itself off. And then when you pick it up, you shook it awake and it turns itself on. So it's like it never goes off. You never have to turn it on or off. It's a really good design that SIG came out with. Now the battery still will go down, but it'll last you a whole lot longer than it did before. So I don't get any money from SIG, but I tell you, this Romeo 5 for the money has been really good. I think this was $120. I'm thinking it's on the low end of the spectrum as far as the cost, but the quality's there. So don't, a lot of people get wrapped up in having to have an EOTech or something, and if you do, that's great. But you can have a cheaper red dot and still be just fine. This is an MG7 silencer, or I'm sorry, suppressor, because it doesn't silence it, it suppresses the sound, but usually by about 50 decibels. This is made by Rex. Now I am a dealer of Rex cans. This particular one looks like crap because I painted it. It normally comes in a gold color, and I don't have one that hasn't been painted to show you, but we will get you one that hasn't been painted because I have about 7 of these. But this is a 30 caliber can. This is a 30 caliber gun. So you have the 5/8 thread, 5/8 threading. And this, personally, I like direct thread. Now, a lot of guys out there, they're into the quick disconnect, the QD mounts. And that's fine, but there's something about one click and one turn of holding on a can that I just don't trust. I trust these 14,000 threads here more than I do whatever that QD design is. But anyway, this is a 8.5-inch barrel, so this would be considered a short-barreled rifle, but since it's a machine gun outweighs a short-barreled rifle. So you can have a short-barreled machine gun, and it's just a machine gun. It's not 2 tax stamps. And that's another thing we need to talk about, is tax stamps. For Class 3 firearms, weapons, such as this can, or the gun itself, it does require a tax stamp. Those cost $200 right now, and what that does is, it was explained to me like this: a Class 3 weapon, whether it be a machine gun or a silent or suppressor, it has a serial number on it, obviously, like all guns do, and it's not technical, but the way that a guy explained it to me, it worked out really well. It's like they have, like your car has a title. And when you buy a car from somebody, you have to have that title transferred over to your name. Well, basically, Class 3 weapons are kind of like having titles, and that title has to be transferred to your name for you to legally own it. And that process is the process of getting the stamp that costs $200. And that's on top of the cost of the gun itself. That's $200 to the ATF, not to your dealer, or it goes straight to the government for you to get your title, we'll say, transferred in your name for that can or for the gun. This is a 30-round magazine. It will hold .223, .556, or .300 Blackout. So if I grab my .223, .556 upper for this, it doesn't matter because I can use the same magazine. That's one reason that I went with .300 Blackout as my secondary, because I can use the same magazine for both calibers. I don't know if you're supposed to, but it works. I do. Now, for all you gun guys, you're going to know what this selector switch is. This is safety right here.
I
Now,
don't know if they can see that or not. Let me get a flashlight and really really show that.
we're going to really show this just to explain to you the different settings, if you will, of the gun. This is safe. This is probably more than likely like the one that you have at home will go right here, and that turns the gun into semi-automatic from safe. And semi-automatic means one fire for every pull of the trigger. Now, what yours doesn't do at home, more than likely, is go to that third position. And that position moves the sear back, and it allows the bolt to trip the sear every time it comes. Every time a bullet's fired, the bolt trips the sear, and it keeps the trigger from locking. And then if I flip it back to semi, then it moves the sear to where the bolt will lock or catch. And then, of course, there's back into safety like that. And so you have to have a fully automatic bolt carrier group, which is this right here for the bolt, because it's cut out different in the bottom. Semi-automatic bolt carriers are cut shorter or long. One's cut shorter, one's cut longer. I think the longer cut is for the fully automatic, and then the shorter cut is for the semi-automatic, for the tripping of the sear to make it auto. But anyway, you can contact me through the number at the end of the video, and if you're interested in cans or machine guns, or you want to know more about the process of getting it, you can call me and we'll talk. But anyway, I'll throw it back to Bill. Thanks, Bill.
Outstanding. And by the way, for you guys that's sitting there going, man, he didn't clear that thing and show that it was empty. He done that before we got on video. When he took it out of the case, automatically he made sure that gun was clear. So I want you people to know, because I don't want to get a bunch of guys going, man, he didn't clear that gun. Man, what kind of unsafe guy is that and everything else. But I'm gonna tell you what, if you like this video, we didn't say it last time. Give us a thumbs up, you know, and you guys that ain't subscribed to it, hit that subscribe button, man. I mean, we ain't getting nothing out of it. Don't matter, you know, we enjoy doing this. But, you know, we're going to, like we told you, we're going to come up with some stuff that's going to blow your mind, you know, that a lot of people don't know about, you know, and so that's why that, you know, Brent and myself, you know, have talked a lot and passed back and forth, you know, suggestions and stuff like that, and we want to make it exciting, you know, for you. Last year, we didn't get to do, you know, our cameraman run off. And I tried every way in the world to get somebody to let me in that camera to see what kind of people had, you know, subscribed and everything else. And, you know, we were going to get some stuff away at Christmas, and we were just unable to. I mean, this guy just doesn't, you know, threw the coop, that's it, you know, and never would show me how to operate the camera. Not one time did he ever show me, and I tried to get him to numerous times. But anyway, that's water under the bridge. You know, we'll do something this year. You know, we're going to make T-shirts. We got T-shirts we're going to give away, and they're not going to be airbrushed. Now we're doing vinyl. Now we're doing sublimation. You know, Brent's got a lot of T-shirts that he's wanting to, you know, give people, you know, that subscribe to us and stuff like that. So tell your friends, you know, and. You know, we've really enjoyed this. I learned a lot. You know, it brought back a lot of old memories anyway. And a lot of you guys have been in the military. You know what he's talking about, the selector switch, for sure. But anyway, as an old friend once told me, you know, and I'm going to tell you the same thing, and it happens every time you see a video. I want you to come back and see us again.